Kersh was last seen November the 3rd, 2008, leaving her cashier job at Tria Market at 1 p.m. to pick up her one-year-old son at his daycare. She never arrived to pick him up, and family and friends have not seen or heard from her since. Her abandoned car, a red Chrysler Sebring convertible with the license plate number 2D 5202F, was found in an alley in West Birmingham the next day, leading cops to be more concerned about Nadia's welfare. 3 days after that, her purse was found under an overpass on some railroad tracks near Montevallo Road and east of Barber Court, about 100 yards from where her car had been. She was last seen wearing a green t-shirt with the Tria Market logo on the front, an oversized light-colored jacket, blue jeans, and clogs. Surveillance footage shows Nadia in a Homewood parking garage on November the 3rd, 2008, getting off of the elevator, getting into her car, and pulling off. It was the last time there was any sign of her. Nadia Kersh was 23 years old when she disappeared from Homewood, Alabama. Kersh was born in Russia and spent the first years of her life in an orphanage. She is described as an independent and reliable but very trusting young woman and a devoted mother. Foul play is being suspected in her case due to the circumstances involved, but her body has never been recovered. For many years, a Winter Haven family has lived with the pain of not knowing what happened to their daughter. It's a date her parents will never forget. Even today, years later, it's still difficult to talk about, says Nancy Kersh, her mother. Nadia was sweet and a fun-loving woman. She was the kind of girl who could light up any room. Nadia's parents, Nancy and Keith Kersh, chose to mark the 10th anniversary of her disappearance in Winter Haven, a place Nadia enjoyed as she grew up. They held a memorial service that was filled with messages of hope and faith. After Nadia went missing, the community there became something else for her parents. This became our refuge, they said, a place where we felt safe and protected. And so to be able to share this time with them, it's just incredible, said Kevin Kersh. The Kersh family hopes this year will bring something new. I can't say with any certainty that she has passed on. I think there's always that possibility that she may be held captive somewhere, said Nancy. Despite years of not knowing what happened to their daughter, one message is clear. There certainly were times along the path that Nancy and I didn't think that we would make it, says Kevin. So I guess the message I would give is that there is hope, there is faith about the loss of our daughter. We would want her to know your mom and pop were still looking for you, added Nancy. The Kersh family said the message of faith and hope will continue to carry them while they search for answers. They hope that anyone with information about her disappearance will speak up. I mean, there are people out there who have lost their children, but they know where their children are and they can go to their gravesite. We don't have that, Nancy Kersh said. There is somebody out there that knows where she is, said Jim Neal, one of the original prosecutors assigned to the case. I think that she was killed over in the West End and her body was disposed of in some way, he said. He's now in a position as the executive director of Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama and hopes that someone will come forward. Maybe not directly involved in it, but if you know something that you've been living with for these years and you want to get that off your chest, Crime Stoppers is the way to do that, he says. However, until that does happen, Nadia's family is left wondering and hoping. Nadia Kira Kersh is a white female, 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing approximately 110 pounds, with blue eyes. Nadia wears glasses with rectangular brown frames and her ears are pierced. Kersh's hair was waist length at the time of her disappearance and she has natural blonde highlights in her hair around her face. She may dye her hair a solid color of brown. If you have any information on this case, you can please contact the Homewood Police Department at 205-332-6262. Or if you'd like to remain anonymous and have information on this case, you can please contact the Q Center for Missing Persons at 910-343-1131, or you can call the Q Center 24-hour tip line at 910-232-1687. All information submitted to Q Center for the Missing Persons is confidential, or you can always call the Alabama Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous at 205-254-7777, and there is a $30,000 reward on this case